Namaste, everyone. Um, this is me, Pawan Bista, and I have my special guest, my friend Kenneth DiSaia, who is the president of Enrollment Advisory Group. I believe, most of our Asian partners in Nepal and in South Asia know about him already. And yes, besides my company, Bradford Global, I proudly work with their group, Enrollment Advisory Group, insert it's EAZ. And today we want to thank you all and wish you happy holidays. And definitely you want to know, how successful EAZ, our group is expanding and how much appreciation we have for you all who have supported us along this journey, all the partner agents, the students and their families. And yes, we look forward to having more of that support in the coming future as well. So let's welcome the president. Uh, Ken, welcome to the show.
Namaste, Pawan.
Great, thank you. And he must be excited as we all are. Yeah, this year, like 2021, wasn't so forward looking until up until June. But after that, we saw a lot of approvals for fall 2021, and now to spring January 2022. So, what's your excitement is on this success, Ken?
Well, I would tell you, first of all, Pawan, I appreciate the opportunity to participate in this morning's forum. I know it's only a couple of days before Christmas, and I know that everybody is just getting ready to be with family and friends. And I think it's a great opportunity for me first to thank you for the wonderful partnership that we have between our two organizations. You created a very strong introduction of Enrollment Advisory Group into the Nepal market. Mm-hmm. And, up until 2 years ago, I got a chance to go to Nepal twice a year, and I've got to meet many of the friends that you had that you have in the profession of the agency network, and they are just absolutely phenomenal individuals to work with. But I just wanted to let you know that I do appreciate that introduction and that partnership. And again, when I think about the holiday season that we're in, that you have to be thankful for things. I said, we're thankful for the health of our families. We're thankful for the health of our team members that are out there. And actually the health of our businesses. I said, just think about it. 2 years ago, I did my last flight in spring of 20 that said, okay, this COVID thing will probably be over in a couple of months. And here we are 2 years later, still battling this great pandemic challenge that we have. But what it did do is gave us that opportunity to think about our business differently. And is that how do we still support the prospective students as they go through the admissions process? And in the first year it was a little bit more challenging, but I'm pleased to report that we had our most successful recruiting year. And who would think that somebody could say that we're having their most successful recruiting season during COVID? And it's a lot of that success has to do with the agencies that we work with, that they found new ways to make contact with the prospective students and help them through the admissions process. And we're very grateful for the way that they have gone about and changed that business that allowed us to have that tremendous growth. Pawan, I'm not sure if all the agencies know, we had a record number of new students that had come in for the fall class. We had just about 400 new students that gained education in the fall 2021 class, and we're looking for a bigger and brighter class that is coming in the spring. And in fact, one of the clients that we work with closely and gets the greatest support from the Nepalese agencies is the University of Bridgeport. Mm-hmm. You found some wonderful students that have arrived there on campus. They're being successful with their academics, and this for the spring class, where you might think that we're going to have a smaller group of students that are going to be coming in. We actually had a little over 10,000 students apply for admissions for the spring term. That's all international students. We had about 2,400 students receive their I-20. Almost 1,000 students made their admissions deposits. And right now, we're just coming close to having over 400 students being approved with their visa. And I know that there's still a lot of activity that is happening, so more students will come in. We'll have some of our students that might not be able to make it here because of the tight deadline, but we're just excited to have them on campus. And then, Pawan, I also want to report to you, as I said, there is another one of our clients that, when I tell you, is getting the primary support from the Nepalese agencies, and that's the University of Nebraska. And when we had taken that client on, they were looking to have 25 or 30 students that had come in, and for the entire year. And in the fall, we ended up with 27 students. And then right now we have another 28 students that are coming in for the spring term, with 26 of those students coming from Nepal. Wow. And so we found a great client that has a good price point for the students. And I actually had a chance. I was out in Nebraska back in October, and I did a pizza party for my students that just came in the fall. So I had many of the students from Nepal that were at the pizza party. And I just, key for me is not only getting the students to campus, it's making sure that they stay on campus. And retention and ultimately graduation is important to this population. So the students are having an amazing time. It's a small little community out there in Nebraska. We have one of our first students from Nepal that is coming out to Concord University in West Virginia next month, and we're just starting to have some good activity that is coming in for for Nova Southeastern. And I think with a lot of the agencies that are working, I think everybody is getting that benefit with the change in administrations in Washington, D.C. I said where we may not have had the most, what I'll call, user-friendly president and welcoming of international students. I can't say that the Biden administration is so dramatically different, but under their leadership, they seem to be making those accommodations and getting more international students that are in there. And not setting up a lot of restrictions. A little bit tighter with the spring term with the approval ratings compared to the fall term. But I would tell you that like the flow of students is what I reflected upon when I was at my time at Johnson & Wales. And it's in the students that come out of Nepal, they're so courteous. They all want to do well on campus, and they definitely stick out on campus. And they're really having a positive experience. So I think that what is critical for us as we're starting to go into the spring enrollment is just making sure that we have strong communication between the agencies and our team, just to make sure that the students are making it to campus on time, and that the students are having their residence halls available for them when they're coming there into these new home states. And we're here to work with them. We want it to be a good experience so that they have a positive word of mouth that goes out there into market. Pawan, like I said, I feel like I'm just keep talking. Here.
And actually, that was very helpful, because for our viewers, of course, they want to know, what exactly happening at EAG partner institutions. And yes, it's a great news that EAG has got great partner agents across the globe. We got 700 plus agents across the globe, and more than 100 in Nepal, I would see. And yeah, very active ones. And of course, with the Biden administration, the new administration, it looks promising to international students, with the visa approvals going up after some time. And of course, it's always the best institution in the U.S. that wins that game. I guess we have been a part of that, like with the great choice of the universities by our students from our part of the world. Like you just mentioned, University of Bridgeport has been very popular among all this, though they are like equally very nicely set up and great ones. University of Brisbane, of course, like you said, 10,000 applications they had to deal with, and thousands of applications were processed, and now we are close to 400 visas in the spring, and we had 200, close to 250, I guess, in fall 2021. That
Mhm.
means it's adding up like more and more opportunities to international students to come and study at one of the great universities in the U.S. under EAG. Like you said about the University of Nebraska, Kearney, which is popular among Nepalese community. Why? Because a very popular personality, Dr. Mahavir Pun, who is like heading the National Innovative Center, Nepal Aviskar Kendra, where they have uh, all the young professionals, or even the ones who have graduated overseas and have now vesting their knowledge and experience in that innovation center and bringing out the best innovation out of there, despite the limited sources. And also we could see that means some impressive personality who studied at this university as well, so they are making big change. They actually like being a a role model for many international students, including Nepal. So, and also price point, like you mentioned, it's one of the most affordable one, I would say, because under $10,000 tuition a year, and you have very less expensive cost of living. So it all matters, and it's a degree itself, because it's under the University of Nebraska system, and then it's a great one. And like Concord, another public university. So Manhattan, which is prime located in the world's biggest, I would say, a very vibrant city, New York. Of course, Montserrat College in another great city in Boston, with great liberal arts program. About NSU, Florida, another great place to be. They have all been offering the best programs and at the best rates. And yes, UAT, including the of course they are like University of Advanced Technology, or with the AI and all other robotics things, that is equally more popular among students. So it is great to hear all that from you and share with our viewers today. And thank all our agents and students who have chosen us. Great. Ken, I know you working hard, working very hard to make sure that we are offering the best institutions to our international student population, not just for South Asian, rather to make it accessible for many other international students, like from Central Asia or Southeast Asia, and like Northeast Asia and many parts of Europe. And you already doing great, like at the South America, or let's say the Caribbeans, or the Europe, and also like in Africa. So you have more plans to bring in more institution that fits in to all the markets, or like you have a specific plan, okay, this kind of university or institution gonna fit in, let's say, the region, we are in South Asia, or like somewhere else. Do you have such plan?
Yeah, well, Pawan, I said, both of us and just recently attended the EAG Conference
Right.
in Miami. And, typically what EAG does in participation with that is, one, we gives us an opportunity to meet with the agents that are participating in the program. It gives a little bit of opportunity for doing some training and some strategy with them. But it also gives us an opportunity to meet some of the colleges that have an interest to grow their globalization. And critical for us, I said, for the group's sake, Pawan and I were talking off air before we came onto the program today, and I was sharing with him is that we were very excited that Nova Southeast extended our contract another 4.5 years,
Yes, that's right.
it's a very, very strong partnership we have with our organizations. And we're not necessarily looking to have dozens and dozens of college partners. I think what we want to do is the colleges that we take that we believe that we can do something for, and I'll give you the example of Manhattan. With Manhattan College, I said it's been a little bit of challenging because of the processing. I heard you talk about timing, and being able to move the student through the funnel. They didn't really necessarily do the best job, but Jeff and I were just in Manhattan last week and just trying to build optimum processing so that it can support the students' needs, support the agencies that are out there. So if we have this grouping of schools that in the geographic locations and the majors and the price points, we feel good about it. But we are still looking for that one school in Texas. We'd like to have one school out there on the West Coast in California. Right now, we've just been hard at work doing some presentations. Actually, we're probably a little bit further along with a school in Colorado right now. That seems to be a destination of choice. I think critical for us is trying to find programs that are differentiated from client to client so that not everybody is the same. Again, what I like about the UNK is that it opened at a price point that helps the students that are coming in from Nepal, from the Philippines, from Sri Lanka, that, because they have a limited amount of money in their budget, that doesn't mean that the students can't afford other programs, but for the preponderance amount of students that are coming in. So we would like to try to find, another state school that can afford strong pricing for that market. So we have, like I said, we have two that we're in good conversations with. We're 2 and 3 presentations in with them. I'm hoping that after we completed our program at EAG, that there's 1 or 2 more that kind of fit within that sweet spot. And I can't, I can't wait to update the group, but I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched over here. So, but again, I'll say for the group, our strategic direction isn't to have large volume; it's to having quality volume that is here to. I got to make sure that I can look those college partners in the eye and believe that I can accomplish the enrollment task at hand with them.
Absolutely, yeah. That looks so promising, and of course, the success is like ringing the bells. Like, hey, we got successful with this universities, but of course, like U.S. is a vast country, and of course, geographically, students would like to try at different places, different locations, and they want to try with different other programs that many of our partner schools do not offer to. Like you said, we need the varieties on the table. So you are working towards that goal. Of course, this is great to hear from you as our group president. Of course, you are always looking forward, your forward-looking personality, and you always have that serving minds, and of course that helps our international students population, and so are the partners that we closely work with. That's a terrific job. And yes, why we wanted to go with Texas, California, or the other ones you just talked about in Colorado, of course, because the students from our regions, like let's say mostly the South Asian students, they tend to live in a diaspora, the community close by, so they can enjoy the food culture and still at the universities, and they are pursuing their degrees. So that means they enjoy every bit of life. So probably this could be the reasons why we need to expand over. And it's great that you already getting to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, dear viewers, please feel free to ask any questions if you have about our group. And yes, like if you are interested to work with us, yeah, if you haven't like got a chance yet, then we are happy to help you out and see like if you fit in our category. It means like you have that willingness to help your students to come at any of our institutions, as you see on the screen. We'd be happy to have you on board. And we are not tough guys. We always are welcoming, and we love to have you, work together. And yes, you should know, like we have in-country representatives. We have Jackson Subedi, who works as international recruiter for University of Bridgeport, out of Nepal, but looks after 22 other countries besides India. So you can feel free to reach out to me or to him if you already know about his details, or I can share with you. And yes, Smita Pante, who also works for EAG Group institution, like you see on the screen, like University of Pittsburgh, University of Nebraska, Concord, Manhattan, Montserrat, Nova Southeastern, UAT. All these universities, should be happy to talk about, like provide you a training, so your students could fit in any of the universities. So please let us know and feel free to reach out to them here. And yes, like as the partner, I also look after the Asia territory as the vice president for Enrollment Advisory Group, and it's really been a pleasure to work with a great leader like Ken and Jave, who is not here today on the screen, but yeah, he's a great guy. We really love to like work with you all as a team, and always want to bring in the best, uh, foremostly for our students and their families. And then like I think success is then it is matter, we call it success when the students are happy. So far we are successful, as you could see the numbers, like 700 plus in this difficult time of our era, like this year 2021. So I know, like it's not just been possible without your help, without your support, and the students like support to our team. And we're not done yet. It's just a beginning, we would
That's
say, because
that's it. And
yeah.
Paul, and I know that
Great.
we're
Please
kind
go
of
ahead.
short on our time here, but I want to tell the agencies, one, the ones that we've worked with and have supported us over the last 5 years. We truly appreciate all of those efforts. We appreciate working with your students. For the potential new agencies that may want to have an alignment with Enrollment Advisory Group, you are in great hands of working with Mr. Pawan and his team members over there in Nepal. I said he does a terrific job, and I just can't wait to get back into market.
Mhm.
I love talking to people. I love talking on Zoom, but sometimes Zoom is too much, and I can't wait to
We
have
need
a
to see you in
reception.
person. We need to see you in person, my friend.
Yeah, we want to have our receptions over at the Fairfield Inn
Right.
and over there in Kathmandu, and it
We
just
can't wait to see you again.
yeah, that's the enjoyable part of the job, is that you get to sit down, you get to break bread and enjoy lunch or breakfast with your colleagues, and not necessarily just talk always about the business between the transaction of having a student come here. It's to learn a little bit about your business. It's to learn a little bit more about our business, and how are we trying to grow? We're all entrepreneurs, and we want to make sure that we're supporting each other. So it's not just about what can you do for me, it's what can I do for you and help you
Mhm.
through that process. And again, as I close my comments today, this is more than just a professional relationship. This is a friendship that we
Mhm.
have with many of you, and I look forward to fostering that relationship and seeing you. I wish you only health and happiness during this upcoming year, and we will keep everybody in our prayers that we make it through this pandemic.
Great. Thank you so much. And as you see on the screen, as I popped up, Manish, yeah, we'd love to have you on board. Please, like, send us an inquiry. I believe, like, we are in Facebook as well. I know, like, you already been supporting us. And yeah, you have a great team to support your students, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll point you the direction, to like go through the process. All right. Yeah, Ken, yeah, you said that right, because it's not, it wouldn't be possible without the support from all of the partners across the globe, and the students, their parents, of course, our hardworking team at back end, like yourself and everybody else.
Mhm.
So that's great, and I just want to pop another message from Gaurav. Gaurav, thanks for your holiday wishes. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you as well. And I know, like, he is one of our partner agents from Nepal. We really appreciate your partnership with us. Um, Thank you. Well, one more time, I want to wish Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, Ken, and your family as well. And it's been a pleasure
Yeah.
working with you as a team, and then to all of the viewers today and watching us on the recorded station too. This is our excitement that we want to express with you, that we could not be more prouder having you as our partners across the globe, and then look forward to serving better in coming years as well, I would say. And yes, let's make it together.
Yay! Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Happy New Year. Okay. So we want to get rid of this pandemic things, and of course, please be safe and enjoy with your family. Celebrate this moment. Of course, if you look back, let's say last year, it may not have been that great celebration, because we didn't have like vaccines in the market. Now, like, many things have changed, and things have been very like positive now, and then we can actually always count on our plans and then move forward. So let's keep that spirit up, and then work together.
Very good. Pawan,
Right.
my best to you.
All right. Thank you, and to you as well. Have a good one. Thank you. That was a great one. And I want to thank you all who have joined us today. And of course, we look forward to serving you better as Team EAG. And yes, from our side, Team Bradford Global, we thank you so much. And then for all the work, for all the support that you have given to us. And of course, we love to support you more. Let's work together and make it better for our students, their parents, and of course, for all the partners that we work with. And let's make a better and safer world. All right. All right. Take care. And dear friends, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have the best celebration in your life. All right. Look forward to. Bye bye. Take care.